Day two, everybody. December 2nd, and I'm back to do another daily reading. Yesterday, I posted the daily reading and I shared it with everyone. I didn't even realize that, but I guess people needed to see it. It's funny because it's like it had no thumbnail, no title, no nothing, and it seems like people responded to that faster. Like YouTube put that out around faster than they do the videos that I'm actually trying to present to the collective. It was crazy. Anyway, like I said, today is December 2nd, and we're going to get into it beginning with the year 1804, which is 1304 or 1111. So that's how we're starting off. General Napoleon Bonaparte is crowned Emperor of the French at the Notre Dame de Paris in a ceremony officiated by Pope Pius VII. 1823, U.S. President James Monroe declares the Monroe Doctrine, opposing European colonialism in the Americas, arguing that any European political intervention in the New World would be a hostile act against the United States. 1845, or 99, U.S. President James K. Polk announces to Congress that the United States should aggressively expand into the West, a widely held belief termed Manifest Destiny by the newspaper editor John O'Sullivan. 1929. The first skull of Peking man is found in the caves of Zhoukoudian, 50 kilometers outside of Peking, China, later dated roughly 750,000 years old, and still not as old as the bones from Africa. Lucy. 1976. Communist revolutionary Fidel Castro becomes the president of Cuba, replacing Osvaldo Dorticos Dorado. Did you know the first permanent artificial heart successfully implanted? U of Utah is where it was done. University of Utah, I guess. It was put in retired dentist Barney Clark, and he lived 112 days, another 1111, with Jarvik 7 heart. It was like completely not, it was completely artificial. So I think that was, they're considering that a major success, that he lived 112 days with like a fake heart, totally fake heart. Happened on this day in the year 1982, or 83 or 11. Famous birthdays: Georges Seurat, Gianni Versace, Monica Seles, Britney Spears, Aaron Rodgers. Would you believe the first Model A Ford sold for $385? Happened on this day in history in the year 1927. Famous weddings: 1886, the 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt, 28, weds his second wife, Edith Kermit Caro. She was 25. They got married in London. 1926, film director and producer Alfred Hitchcock, 27, weds director Alma Reville, 27, at Brompton Oratory in London. Together they make a 9-9. 1933, the first transatlantic telephone wedding occurred between Bertil Klassen, Sigrid. What does it say who? Just one person is named. I don't know what that means. But the first transatlantic telephone wedding is said to have occurred on this day in the year 1933. Famous deaths: Hernan Cortes, Marquis de Sade, John Brown, Desi Arnaz, Aaron Copland, and Pablo Escobar. Didn't Pablo Escobar die yesterday? I think he died yesterday. Or was that his birthday? What the hell? Oh, yes. Okay, yesterday was his birthday. Today's the anniversary of his day. I didn't even realize that when I was reading it yesterday, that he was born December 1st and died December 2nd. Okay, we don't need to read about him again. It's still fresh in everybody's mind, I'm sure. Aaron Copland was a composer, American. In his later years, he was often referred to as the Dean of American Composers and was instrumental in forging a distinctly American style of composition. He's best known to the public for the works that he wrote in the 1930s and 40s in a deliberately accessible style, often referred to as populist, and which the composer labeled his vernacular style. These works included the ballets Appalachian Spring, Billy the Kid, and Fanfare for the Common Man. I can't imagine Billy the Kid as a ballet. That sounds so weird. He was born on November 14th in the year 1900 in Brooklyn, New York, and was a member of the Lost Generation, a rat on the Chinese zodiac, and a Scorpio. He died on December 2nd in 1990 at the age of 90 of Alzheimer's and respiratory failure. I think it was probably the respiratory failure that got him. When you can't breathe, it's a problem. A bigger problem than not being able to remember. Desi Arnaz was an actor. He was both American and Cuban, and best known for his role as Ricky Ricardo on the American TV series I Love Lucy, starring Lucille Ball, to whom he was married at the time. He and Ball are generally credited as the inventors of the rerun in connection with their show. He was born on March 2nd in the year 1917, another 9-9, in Santiago de Cuba, in Cuba. And he was a member of the Greatest Generation, a snake on the Chinese zodiac, and a Pisces. He died on December 2nd in 1986 at the age of only 69 of lung cancer. John Brown was an abolitionist American. He is believed, this is why he's famous, believed armed insurrection was, or he believed, not is believed, he believed armed insurrection was the only way to overthrow the institution of slavery in the United States. And I'd have to say he was right, because his actions led to Frederick Douglass's success in large part. Brown was at the forefront of a number of incidents during the Bleeding Kansas riot in 1856, 9/11 or 11. In 1859, he led an attack on the armory at Harper's Ferry, after which he was captured, tried, and hung. Somebody made a mistake and didn't relay a message, or maybe it wasn't a mistake, but didn't relay a message when they were supposed to, and so their plans didn't go off the way they were planned. They had a whole thing planned with Harriet Tubman and whatnot. It didn't go off the way it was supposed to, and that's how and why he got captured. His own actions and raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia, are regarded as major casual factors in the secession of the southern states. Yeah, I totally agree. He had a large part in ending slavery. A year after his death and the move towards the Civil War between the North and the South. I guess because it's about him, doesn't mention his sons, but he didn't. His sons sacrificed themselves too. Several of them. One of them was killed at this Harper's Ferry thing, if I remember correctly. I think the youngest one, and others were captured and killed at other times. One was killed by some enemies. He was like autistic or something. Anywho, great man. Born May 9th in the year 1800. So more nines for you. It's 599. In Torrington, Connecticut, USA. He was a Taurus. He died on December 2nd. I just mentioned that was 599, right? So the numbers 5 and 9. He died on December 2nd in the year 1859, another 5-9, at the age of 59, another 5-9. The cause of his death was execution by hanging. And this is why I say, like, the numbers, I don't know what they all mean in all ways, or maybe even in the way they were meant to know what they mean, but I do know a few different numerical languages. And that's why I've always felt it was important for us to understand what the numbers mean, and to try to figure out the pattern. Like, there's a pattern to why things happen on a certain day. Why this man died and has all these 59s in his numerology. There's a reason for it. Haven't gotten there yet. But also 1859, the year that it happened, it's kind of just 59 because it's 959. So the 9, extra 9s are kind of canceled out. Anywho, moving on. Marquis de Sade was really named Donatien Alfonso Francois de Sade, and he was a philosopher and a writer. Best known for his erotic works, which combine philosophical discourse with pornography. He often depicted sexual fantasies with an emphasis on violence and criminality, as well as blasphemy against the Catholic Church. Okay, I can dig it. I don't know what they. I mean, in that age, what do they mean by violence and criminality? It could have been adultery. That's still in the books as illegal in the state of New York. Even though our mayor, former mayor Rudy Giuliani, when he was mayor, his wife at the time was a news anchor. I think was she on Channel 5? Well, maybe not, because I don't really watch Channel 5. Maybe I did it back then. I don't know what channel she was on. But anyway, she was a news anchor, and she was the anchor of the 12 o'clock news. And he was, while still married, there was breaking news at 12 o'clock. So she was the anchor, didn't know this was coming, that they were going to talk about the mayor, her husband. He was announcing that he wanted a divorce, standing there with his girlfriend. Adultery. And the wife was his cousin also. So incest too. Those could be the violence and criminality type of things. And, it's blasphemy against the Catholic Church, I'm sure that was probably a good thing. Anywho, the words sadism and sadist are derived from his name. Okay, so maybe he was a little extreme then. Because sadism can get heavy, It's the S in the S&M. The M is for masochism. Anywho, he was born on June 2nd. Maybe that's why I understand him. I don't understand him. I'm playing. June 2nd, 1740, in Paris, France. He was a Gemini, is what I was getting at. He died on December 2nd in 1814 at the age of 74. Herman Cortez. Spanish conquistador. He was Spanish. A conquistador who led an expedition to Mexico during the 16th century that caused the fall of the Aztec Empire. What a douche, right? He was one of the first Spanish explorers, beginning the first phase of the Spanish colonization of the Americas. His birthplace, Medellin, Castile, Spain. That's where you get the people that talk with the lisp. That's supposed to be the real Spanish. That one of my teachers in high school used to call it the diphthong. Diphthong, with the lips very heavy. He would put it in. Anyway, this guy was born on. Oh, I'm sorry. They don't tell us when he was born. He died on December 2nd in the year 1547 of pleurisy. And he was the last of the deaths, so I am going back up. Where are the birthdays? Oh, here they are. Aaron Rodgers is 38 years old. He's an NFL quarterback, American, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. He led them to victory in the 2011 or their 11-11 Super Bowl and was named the Super Bowl MVP. As well as being the all-time NFL career leader in passer rating, he was named AP Athlete of the Year in the year 2011 as well. He was born on December 2nd in 1983 in Chico, California. He's 38 years old, a millennial, a pig on the Chinese zodiac, like myself, and a Sagittarius. Britney Spears. Pop star, American. So glad she's out or released. I'm saying out as if she was in jail, but she kind of was in jail, right? Like imprisoned by her father with his sick need to control her and her money. It's just so terrible. So glad she's been released from that. Anyway, pop icon credited with influencing the revival of teen pop during the 1990s. Her album, Baby One More Time, is the best-selling album by a teenage solo artist. She was born on December 2nd in 1981 in Macomb, Mississippi, is 40 years old, a millennial, a rooster in the Chinese zodiac, and a Sagittarius. Monica Seles, tennis player and 9-time majors champion, American. She became the youngest ever French Open champion when she was 16. She won. And she would go on to win 8 Grand Slam singles titles before her 20th birthday. Unfortunately, she was also the victim of an on court attack when a man stabbed her in the back using a 9-inch long knife. She was born on December 2nd in 1973 in Novi Sad, Yugoslavia, and is 48 years old, a member of Generation X, an ox in the Chinese zodiac, and a Sagittarius. I guess they said all that to say that ended her career. I would imagine it did. You can be paralyzed by being stabbed in the back, but they didn't say that she was. When I was younger, actually, my mom had a good friend. I think that had been her friend, all the way back in Rock Hill, in South Carolina, but like moved here too. Who got she was a domestic violence. Her boyfriend used to beat her, and he stabbed her in the back, and she was paralyzed. It just popped into my head just now from once we started talking about that girl. Anyway, Gianni Versace. Profession, fashion designer, Italian. He's very dark. A lot of Italians are. But in this picture, he's very dark. He's famous because he was the founder of the international fashion house Gianni Versace SPA. He was born on December 2nd in 1946 in Reggio, Calabria, Italy. Was a baby boomer, a dog in the Chinese zodiac, and a Sagittarius. He died on July 15th in 1997 at the age of 50 of a gunshot wound. Lastly, Georges Seurat was a post-impressionist painter, French. He's famous for devising the pointillist method of painting and as the leading neo-impressionist in such works as Sunday Afternoon on the Island of Le Grand Jatte. He was born on December 2nd in the year 1859, another 1859 in Paris, France. Sagittarius was his sign. He died on March 29th, which is also something. I can't think of what that holiday is. I think it's something on the Christian calendar. March 29th. I don't know. Anyway, he died on March 29th at the age of 31. And he was the last. Oh, so I put the dice up here and I didn't put the cards up here. Lord have mercy. Here are the cards. I don't know why. I did shuffle them. I don't know why I didn't have them out. So, all right. So, with the dice, we're starting with buy shoes. Sex, and it's 50-50. Spirit says romantic dinner. Cocktail. And try again. Maybe somebody had a failed date. It didn't turn out to be such a romantic dinner and a nice time out for drinks. And they're supposed to try again. Also, I'm supposed to try again. Spirit says forget it. I guess try again. And then after you try again. If it fails again, just forget it. Let's move on. With the cards, we are starting with the wheel. With Archangel Michael, a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. The wheel represents the sign of Sagittarius and the planet Jupiter, because it's all about our luck, right? And our growth, our expansion, and things coming up, turning up roses for us. Maybe especially in love. With the Knight of Cups also upright, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative, falling in love, or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Cups is potentially a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Then we got the Dreamer. Major Arcana card 0. It's the Fool. A leap of faith, follow your dreams, that leads to unexpected opportunities. The Dreamer in this deck has always felt like Mercury to me. I think it represents the planet Mercury. It's showing up here. Mercury is in Sagittarius, so maybe that's why. Because we had the wheel, remember? Sagittarius. Maybe you're supposed to take a leap of faith toward something new that the universe is offering to you. Again, perhaps in love. If it's not about love and relationships, it can be just something that you will love, like the new job we talked about yesterday and in the weekly. doing something you enjoy, doing something you love, something that's emotionally pleasing, taking some sort of action that makes you feel good. Okay. Um, Mercury is, of course, the ruler of the signs of Gemini and Virgo. So they may be significant here too. And also we got Major Arcana card 5, Unity, or the Hierophant. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. The Hierophant can be about contracts, higher institutions, large corporations, marriage, commitment. Maybe it's tied to this. Again, relationship, giving it a shot. Luck is on your side. Jupiter's on your side. Growth, expansion, so forward moving is on your side. Jupiter's on your side with this commitment. The Hierophant most directly represents the sign of Taurus. And lastly, the Ten of Cups. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. So this is more energy of happiness, joy, love, being surrounded by loved ones, letting people know you love them, letting people know you care about them. It's nice energy. All of it, what we got today is nice energy. Like really nice energy. Really, really nice. Oh, look. When I opened up the deck to put the Fool away, I put it on top of another Hierophant card. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Maybe that's what we're getting into. Something like a church, or maybe something more, like a church, some sort of like fellowship, opportunity to fellowship. That makes us feel good. Maybe that's what we're getting into, something, deepening our spiritual connections and practices or something. That's a possibility too. And I just put that card. I can't find it now. But when I went to look for it, I opened to another Knight of Cups. And guess what's underneath this other Knight of Cups? It's another Fool or Dreamer. So this is the kind of day we're having. I like it. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. And then the Fool or the Dreamer, you're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. And it may have something to do with moving into, together, entering a commitment, getting a new home, remodeling your home, fixing up your home, just somehow feeling joy and happiness and contentment in your life for whatever reason. It's time to kick back, relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. And that is atop the Two of Wands. You see where I'm going with this? Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. So, I don't know. With the Knight of Cups, it can often be an ex that you're getting involved with. So between the two Knights of Cups, everything's coming in twins, too. The Two of Wands is the twin flame card of the tarot. We got twin Knights of Cups. We got twin Hierophants. We got twin Dreamers or Fools. That is interesting. What was I starting to say? Oh, with the Knight of Cups, sometimes for me that can be about exes. So maybe the try again is about an ex too. Not just dinner and a drink, but about a relationship, like trying again. Somebody may get that opportunity. and be very happy doing it. Could be unexpected. Could be unexpected. Like you didn't think this person was going to call you again, or that you were going to bump into them ever again, or that if you did, anything could work out with you guys ever again. And ultimately, it may not. I mean, remember, try again. So try again, and then try again, and then and then forget it. Which may mean, don't try anymore after that. Or it could mean, forget about whatever you went through and just move on and forgive and forget and stuff. I don't know. But that may be happening for somebody. Contact from an ex. We're not expecting that. Or even if you are in contact with an ex, I'm getting this now. Okay. So even if you're in contact with them already, maybe you're in contact with them, but you don't talk to them that way, so you weren't expecting them to try to get back together with you. And that's what's unexpected. I don't know. You guys let me know what happens to you. But that's what I got. All right. That's what I got. Let's see what else we got now. Renewal. Boom. Renewal can be about second chances. Try again. Now, not necessarily second chances in love, but that is one of the places the second chance can occur. It really is. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. Also, renewal is actually judgment. And judgment is one of my favorite cards because for me, at least in my readings, it is all about abundance that is earned. And it's a karmic energy. So it's like definitely coming. There are bonuses. There are rewards. There are awards. There is recognition. There is reunion. Try again. There's all these wonderful things that come with judgment because you deserve it. The next card is the King of Earth. Maybe that is with whom we are going to have this experience, but he is in reverse. So, today, crowning the masculine, the Queen of Cups. Very nice. Compassionate, loving, giving, and psychic. This is the time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. He is surrounded by the Seven of Wands. So he may be needing to defend a particular person, maybe a woman, maybe a water sign woman, or defend his emotions, or defend his relationship, or combinations of those. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So this can also be about him. This could be representative of intuition also. And so this could be about him following his intuition, not letting anybody cause him to deviate from it and follow something else. The Queen of Cups is possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. She is most directly a Scorpio. Masculine subconscious. He is scared. He is nervous. He is anxious. He is restless. He is worried. He is not getting sleep. I don't know why I'm like this today. Am I a little weird today? I feel like I may be. Anyway, your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. So maybe he's afraid to, stand his ground, to be defensive, to stand up to a particular person and say, butt out of my business or something. But he needs to do it. He needs to do that. Put on his big boy pants. Crown of the feminine. The Magician. There's magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. she is surrounded by the Eight of Wands. This can be that communication that comes in, right? The Magician, all about maybe something new, manifesting something new, bringing something in. You have the ability to do it. Could be your relationship, could be job, whatever. But again, something that brings you joy. And this is potentially representative of the communication that comes in about whatever that thing is. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. This can also be about what's going on behind the scenes that you don't know. So something's coming to you because you're manifesting it, but you don't realize. That's why I said it could be unexpected. This thing that shows up or this person that shows up could be unexpected because you didn't realize that it was like, you have been manifesting it, but you didn't realize it was like here. It was like so close. It was like actually happening, you know? May involve a fire sign, or this could be representative of your, again, strength, abilities to do it. This is the Queen of Wands, is representation of confidence and strength. Yeah, ability. She is talented. Yep. I should have just read the description that they give me instead of trying to think of words. She is talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your abilities to manifest. See, I should have read the card because that's all the stuff I was trying to say. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, which is what the Eight of Wands also indicates is possible. But you can do it. Grounding. It's the World. More fire energy, similar to how the Dreamer or the Fool in the Angel Tarot feels like Mercury to me. The World in any tarot, any deck, always feels like fire. And so I have decided it is representative of karmic fire energy. So maybe Jupiter, maybe Mars, the red planet. Maybe the sun. A fire sign. We do have this fire energy coming up here. My guess would probably be Jupiter. Or, you know what? Mars is located in Scorpio. So it could be that too. We have these sort of mirroring each other. In any case, congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons that life offered you with grace and courage. This is a 3. Also, by the way, we've entered December. Again, it is day 2, but December itself, the month, has an energy of 3. 3s are about creativity, abundance, collaboration, groups, the Creator, God, and what else? Abundance. Did I say abundance? Abundance. The world, for me, can often be about something that's coming to an end. It's going to be good that it comes to an end, even though it might not feel like it at the time. It's similar to the Tower, except the world, because here's another thing about 3s. 3s can often be something that requires patience to completely play out. So, the Tower is abrupt, but otherwise the world is very much like the Tower for me. It's something that is happening, nothing we can do about it. We may be upset about it at the time, but ultimately it'll be the best thing for us because something really awesome comes out of it. Something coming to an end. It's usually like a living condition, a relationship, could be your singlehood also, a job. It's not a living condition, a living, like a situation. You have a roommate, they're leaving, you got to take over the place for yourself. That maybe would be what's scary. Oh my God, how can I afford it? And then ultimately it's going to, like I said, turn out for the best for you. Maybe you're moving an even better roommate. You have a great relationship with them and go on to live happily ever after. It's that sort of thing, right? So that's what's happening. And it's usually something, again, the way I read it, that we could have, would have, should have ended on our own a long time ago. Like a job that you probably thought about leaving. And you didn't, you stayed and you sort of fell into a rut. And the job isn't necessarily horrible, but you meant to only stay there for like 2 years and now it's been 20. And you had so many opportunities to leave and maybe do something else and grow your career and you didn't take it, you know? And now it's ending anyway. Nothing you can do about it. Company's going out of business, or, they're laying people off, or whatever the case. So you're out. That's what the world is about for me. But again, you're being eased. That's why the patience is required into something new that will ultimately be even better for you. And again, it may have to do with a relationship at the root or foundation. We have the Two of Cups. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. And so maybe that's try again for somebody whose relationship is in trouble. And then at the heart of the matter, oh goodness, we got the Two of Pentacles. So this can also be about relationships and a need for balance in our lives, and is also often about, if it is about relationships, it's about the fact that we are not paying them enough attention. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. Now, it's funny that this card is sort of crossing immediately the Queen of Cups, because she can be somebody who nurtures everybody else and forgets herself. So for some of us, the message can be, don't forget to take care of yourself too, because you're doing a lot. You got a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot. Now, again, these two cards here also mirroring, both indicative of a lot going on in your life as well. But again, the Queen of Wands shows up to say, don't worry, you can handle it. But it could be like a lot on your plate, a lot happening. Maybe it's new job and new relationship and new, and it's just like, oh my goodness, my head's spinning. All these things are happening to me. Jupiter, what are you doing? You're throwing all this stuff at me at once. Queen of Cups again says, Wands again rather, says, don't worry about it. You can handle it all. And perhaps the world is what shows up to slow things down a bit, so that you are able to handle it all too. I like to clarify with upright cards. You guys know that. And the next card is upright. So I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to clarify the Two of Pentacles. And it's the Nine of Cups. So again, you might have a lot on your plate. It's good stuff. It's stuff you may have even prayed for, tried to manifest, made a focused intention about, ask God for, however you went about doing it. Next card is in reverse. So I won't be greedy. I won't pull any more. That'll be for our advice. Now's the time your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. You might be saying, how the hell? Because I got too much going on. But it's like, don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. Boom. Further advice for the masculine. The dreamer is back. The fool. Again, take a leap of faith. Leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. Don't let anybody talk you out of following your dreams. Right? Get rid of this feeling. Don't be worried about what so-and-so is going to say. Just do it. Just jump in. And for the feminine, Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords is about difficulty ending. Difficulty ending. I guess that could be tied to the world too. The end of a career path. Oh yeah, so it's kind of like what I was saying. I don't know why I didn't think about this. The end of a career path. I just talked about how it might feel for your job to end. You've been there for 20 years and it's ending. Oh no. So it has it's kind of sad, but at the same time, the ending of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Okay, so that's the kind of thing the world has. Now, again, I should have just waited for a card to explain it for me and then read the card. Put aside your fears about these changes. All right, the fears, get rid of those. and trust that a brighter future awaits, because it does. That's, again, the world it is about things that can make you sad that they're happening, but ultimately it's the best thing for you. And the next card is upright, so I'll pull another one for the Ten of Swords. Maybe it will be shown, what exactly this Ten of Swords may be connected to. And we're not. It's another Eight of Wands. So we got twin Eights of Wands now, too. Okay? You see that? And the next card's in reverse. So they're like, cut it out. You're not getting any more. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. And many things are happening at once. So that's to clarify the Ten of Swords. It's like, yes, things are coming to an end, but new things are coming in, and it's all happening, being manifested very rapidly. Maybe several things being manifested at once, but again, you can handle it. This is good for us. This is good for you. Enjoy. And I should have remembered this too. Our overall energy says that it's good stuff. It's stuff that we deserve. It's stuff that we've earned from our good works, whether they were physical labors or whether it was, stuff that we did energetically. And the universe is proud of us. And so it's rewarding us. And in that case, if it's something more spiritual with which we're rewarded, ultimately it shows up down here too, as above, so below. Hope you guys have enjoyed the daily. I'll be back tomorrow. Namaste.